Welcome to Andy's Garage. I'm Andy Phillips. Today we're back in the garage working on the Countach project. If you didn't see the last video I did, we're starting the painting process on this car that we've been working on for a long time. We went ahead last time, we did the painting and clear coat on the engine cover, the wing that's sitting behind me, and the hood. They have not been sanded down yet with wet sand of 2,000 or 3,000 grit sandpaper to be buffed. So that's where we kind of left them, was after they were sprayed to clear coat. As we mentioned in the last video, we are doing this with rattle cans, which I know a lot of people have mixed ideas on that, so we're trying it out. So for this video, we're going to be doing the two doors. You can see I took the liner, or the leather interior part off that door, getting ready to take it off. Got to do this one, and then we're also doing the pop-up headlight assemblies. So these have been removed. Just got to get these off so we can do the light sand with 600 grit sandpaper just to clean these off, so we can then go ahead and start spraying them with the metallic silver color. So let's go ahead and get started. Now that we have the doors off, the headlight assemblies, which are the only things that we're going to be painting this time, I'm going to go ahead and use the 600 grit sandpaper. Going to go ahead and just lightly go over the surface. You know, you want to get rid of that kind of that roughness that the primer can leave, make it nice and smooth, so that way we can apply the paint to it. So I'm going to go ahead, we're going to sand this down, and then we'll be back to mask off. Like I have the flat bar frame here for the windows. I don't want that getting painted. So I'm going to go ahead and mask that off, and I believe that's all I'm going to mask. The rest of it, we're going to paint everything else, the inside, outside, the doors, all that. So we'll be back to do that. So let me go ahead and get this all prepped and ready. Everything is done and sanded. I'm going to go ahead and clean everything up. Then we're going to go ahead and put the drop cloths in place so we can get ready to start painting. Just finished laying all the drop cloths down. Everything's been cleaned off, wiped off. We're ready to start applying the first coat of the custom premium automotive paint by Rust-Oleum that we've been using. So I got everything set. We're going to go ahead and mask up, start painting it. Probably do about 6 coats like we did on the other ones. That way we get the same finish on it. And then at that point, we'll let it dry in 24 hours, be back tomorrow to do clear coat. Everything is done. The 6 coats have been put on everything. We're going to let these dry a little bit. We'll be back to do the bottoms of the doors and then wrap this day up and then come back tomorrow and do the clear coat. We're now here getting ready to start off day 2. Everything was coated. We let it dry. Got up earlier this morning. The doors were turned on their side so I could do the bottoms. You can kind of see it here, but I'll get a close up. But everything has now been done. So we're going to set the doors back up. We're going to do 2 coats of the automotive clear coat and hardener on the pop-up headlight assemblies and the doors. And then once they dry, then I'll flip them again, and then we'll do the bottoms. But we're going to go ahead and do that. That'll take us to where we need to be, and then we're ready to do the body next time here in the garage. So let me get a close-up so you can see what I did, and then I'm going to go ahead and mix up the clear coat, and we'll start spraying it. This silver paint that I'm using, because of being a premium metallic, you can really see it has a very silvery kind of metal look as opposed to your typical like silver paints, which is really cool. And having the 6 coats that I put on there, I wanted to put on really thick, but you can see here along the bottom has that nice reflection. You can see the metallic really shimmering, which is going to be very cool once we get the clear coat on it. And here along the door you can see the contours and all the edges nicely defined. Looks really good coming along here. Everything has been completed. As you can see here, we have the 2 coats of clear coat. You can see the door there, nice and shiny. Here's the pop-up headlights, the assemblies and the lids. Now the sides and the front and all will be painted satin black, but the door here, you can see how nice that looks. Now keep in mind, I still have to go over this with a wet sandpaper, get it real nice and smooth, and then we'll buff it. So you're still seeing a little bit of an orange peel, plus it's still wet, so that's also distorting it a little bit, but looking very good. Look at that. All nice and clean around in there. And then the scissor door hinge goes in there as well. 2 coats of clear coat and hardener have been applied. It's been a couple hours now. It's starting to dry. Headlight assemblies as well were done, looking really good. So that pretty much wraps up this time in the garage working on the Countach project. What I'm going to do is kind of wait 24 hours so I can get the bottoms of the doors, but I'm not going to film that. So this wraps this part up. Next time in the garage, the cool part, we're going to be doing the body. So between now and then, I'm just going to be going through the body, looking at any little things, making sure everything is in perfect shape, any little flaws are corrected. So that way we can lightly sand down the body with 600 grit sandpaper, clean it off, give it the 6 coats of silver, and then hopefully from there everything looks good. We can move on to the clear coat, and that'll wrap up the body of this vehicle. And then all that's left then is just to do the light sanding with the wet sandpaper to smooth everything out real good, and then buff it. The body's done, and then we're pretty much at that point probably about 90% done, because all that's left then is just the front suspension, and then we can get this thing on the road finally. So wraps up this video. I hope the video was informative for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Please send me any questions and comments. I would love to hear from you. I do have links down in the description of this video to all the other videos pertaining to this restoration project with this Countach Replica restoration that we've been working on for a couple years now. If you want to see them all the way back to the first one on, you can kind of see how we got to where we are now. So please like this video, subscribe to this channel as I'm constantly posting new content, and I'll see you next time.